Hey, what's up guys? This is me, Nisi of Spoil Me Nisi, back with another video. So this is going to be a pretty quick video. I'll at least try to keep it quick, but I wanted to do my reaction of Married at First Sight Season 12, Episode 8. Originally, I wasn't going to do a video about this, but I am kind of invested at this point since I've made videos about all of the other episodes. But I am getting really turned off by this season because of not even Paige, but Chris at this point. I think Paige is carrying herself really well, handling herself really well. Really, it's just Chris who is a total like doo-doo caca trash at this point. From watching this episode and everything that transpired between Paige and Chris, you know, it is obvious that someone's playing the viewers along the way. I don't know if it's Chris who came on the show looking for popularity and exposure, or if it's the producers of the show that slid Paige and Chris to the forefront and pretty much humiliated Paige. Just for views, because all the other couples are kind of boring this season. You know, I'm not 100% sure. All I know is that it's obvious that there's something fishy going on here, and it was entertaining for a couple of weeks. Now it's just like, whatever, dude. Like, we know what to expect. So, in this episode, Paige finally got her voice. You know, I was really frustrated with her in previous episodes, you know, because I wanted her to have more of a voice. She kind of seemed like she had low self-esteem. And in my opinion, she's a very well-spoken, beautiful, inside and out young lady. So it was really frustrating to me to see her be like that and seem like a little bit like a doormat and allowing Chris to treat her a certain way. And it was really messed up. You know, I know in previous episodes I gave Chris the benefit of the doubt because ultimately I do believe that everybody does have some good in them. And I did also, you know, show how Paige is also at fault for how she's being treated, because I personally believe that a person is only going to do you the way that you allow them to. You know, and also, you know, Paige considers herself a Christian. I do as well. I'm a follower of Christ, like she says that she is. So one thing I know is that you're supposed to have wisdom, and in this show, it doesn't seem like Paige really followed wisdom much because she wasn't using her intuition with Chris, considering, you know, she allowed him to use her the way that he did. You know, so I did express that in previous episodes. But I am happy, you know, the way that she acted in this episode. She was throwing shots. She was defending herself. She was being real. And she didn't come out of character at all. If she had come out of character, she would have every right to do so. But I'm so happy that she didn't, because she didn't show herself as being a stereotype. And, you know, really, she made him look like the big baby he really seems to be. So I'm happy with how she did things there. The conversation between Chris and Paige and his ex, I thought was very cringy. It was obvious that there could have been some conversation that Chris had with his ex, which prompted her to come in with that, you know, sexy dress on, that smug look on her face, kind of like oh yeah, you know, he doesn't even find you attractive, I'm hot, like look at what you married compared to who I am, kind of thing. Now, I don't know this young lady. I don't know what's in her heart. I'm just going pretty much based off of like vibes here. Now, I do know that with production, they're gonna cut, you know, all of these scenes to, you know, make them follow whatever narrative they're trying to push in the show, and that goes for any program that we watch on television. So who knows, you know, maybe things went differently. Maybe, you know, that kind of malice and, you know, that kind of I guess malice and hate is not really in his ex-girlfriend's heart. I'm just going based off of what I see, and from the looks of it, it seems like Chris and his ex belong together because they both seem like they kind of suck. I don't know, you know. Paige came off a lot nicer than both of them. It almost seemed like Paige's personality and her, you know, her gracefulness that she has and her demeanor, it almost seems like it calmed the mood, and it seemed like the ex was really surprised with how much of a beautiful and well put together young lady Paige is, and it made her look at Chris a certain way. So I do believe that was very telling. Every time that Chris opens up his mouth, I don't hear words anymore. I just hear dumpsters closing, honestly. Everything that he says out of his mouth seems very ingenuine. And he seems like a liar at this point. I know now what I will say is that he was, I do like some of the honesty that he did show in the show. But he, in this episode, he said that he had pure intentions. He's kind of, I'm big on giving a person the benefit of the doubt and seeing the good in a person, even when, the bad is so easy to see. But I don't like how he's kind of, while he created this mess, he's kind of looking at himself and propping himself up to be this upstanding individual. And it's like, dude, your personality is trash. You as a person is not trash, because everybody can always turn their ways around. But the person that he has shown himself to be on this show is just trash. Where's Bernice to take his ass out? Just utter trash. The whole episode is just like rolling eyes, like the ex-girlfriend talking about, she didn't know anything about this, maybe she didn't, there are a lot of conspiracies going around online about like what happened, it was just like a one big clusterfunk, and considering the ex-girlfriend was really like not in the loop at all about all of this, it brings me back to this video that I saw online of Chris's engagement to her. And it makes me not only look at Chris a certain way, but it also makes me look at his family a certain way as well. It almost seems as though the apple doesn't fall that far from the tree. Because if you notice, when Chris and Paige got married, his dad was all, oh, honeymoon baby, like really pushing this whole narrative to really get Paige all souped up. But to be 100% honest, considering Chris was just engaged to somebody else not too long before that, his family as well, they should have been a little bit more humble about the whole thing. It makes me wonder if even they were in on this charade, this nonsense that was going on in the show. One thing that I also find very problematic about Chris on the show is the way that he uses his belief system in Christianity. Now, like I just said, I'm a Christian. I consider myself a follower in Christ. And, nobody is perfect, not even me. But one thing that really bothered me about him this episode is that he didn't seem genuinely apologetic for how he treated Paige, how he, used her body despite speaking poorly about her to her loved ones and pretty much humiliating her. I give him credit for letting her know he wasn't attracted to her. But when they first got married, him telling her friends, she's not a trophy wife, she's not pretty, he doesn't consider her pretty, and different sly remarks that he made about her, and then having sex with her repeatedly, and then like saying certain things to her, I think that all of that was just awful, and whereas Paige really took her vow seriously, she came on the show knowing the risks, took all of it very seriously. Even in previous seasons, you see people, if they didn't like the person physically that they were paired with, a lot of the times they were still, still pretty much honored their vows. But I hold Chris to a higher regard from them because, his family appears to be Christian. He really appears to be Christian. They really put that out there. Even in this episode, he's like, oh, this is nothing to me. I'm going to go watch the game and read the Bible. Well, reading the Bible, that's great. That's great. But it's also about putting certain things in motion, and it's also about, living the word as well. And the way that he handled himself on this show, the two just don't go together. It almost seems as though he's using his belief system as like a crutch for his bad actions, and I think that that's problematic as well. And, as a Christian, that's kind of annoying to see him do that. because of the reputation that a lot of Christians have who do stuff like that, and people call them hypocrites and stuff like that. It's kind of bothersome to see him get on TV and do that, And part of me, I don't know about anybody else, but I don't feel like Chris is all bad. I feel like somewhere inside of him, there has to be a good person in some kind of way. So it was really annoying that he came on this show and acted this way. Like, he legit shamed himself, shamed his family, like, just nothing about him in this whole situation so far was noble. Like, everything about it was just like every time he talks, I don't know, it's just, I'm over it. At this point, I love doing videos, and I've done so many videos about this show already. But for the most part, just everything about Chris is just exhausting. It just really is exhausting. And, but I am interested to see how everything goes at the reunion. I'm interested to see if he's truly apologetic, but to be 100% honest, he doesn't even seem like he sees where he's wrong. So I highly doubt it, but God willing, we'll see. This episode was just like, it was an exhausting episode to watch. I was almost going to turn. I lost interest in it. It was just too much. It was just bad. But, big ups to Paige, as I said already. Big ups to Paige for making him run away. When she started throwing out those bombs out there, and being honest and speaking up and saying all the things I wanted her to say, it gave me great joy to see Chris say, you know what, and run away. And Paige was like, see, that's what he does. He runs away. Yeah, like a little boy. His mind games were not working. And Paige was finally standing up for herself, and he ran away like the little boy that he comes off to be. And I think that was the best part of the whole episode. I went back and I watched him leave over and over again because it gave me so much joy. So, that's a wrap. I figured I would put a nice cute little dog rolling around to add some cuteness to this clusterfunk of a season we have here. If you haven't already done so, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button so that you can know when I make any more videos. And make sure if you have any comments, leave them down below. I would be very happy to converse with you on this subject matter. And I'll be making some more videos about this stuff, and there are some more very cool updated videos coming up in the future, God willing. So until next time, you guys, peace.